A buddy of mine wanted to know where that saying come from. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. And that means a lot today, too. What's going on in this country and what has been going on since the 60s, since JFK died. Been a lot going on, and we just haven't woke up to it. And we're waking up to it now, and we're going, what the hell? How did this happen? Here you go here. No clause in the Constitution by any rule of construction be conceived to give Congress a power to disarm the people. I'll let you guys look at this stuff for a minute. I've been doing some thinking. You know, the First Amendment refers to the right of the people to peacefully assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. The Fourth Amendment refers to the right of the people to be secure in their homes, their houses, and their papers and effects. The Ninth Amendment warns that the enumeration of the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage any others retained by the people. These are clearly individual rights. And we have to really watch our rights nowadays. I mean, with the so-called tyrannical thing called the Patriot Act. Okay, here's the thing, people. The idea, the right to own guns, belongs to an agency under the control of the government, mocks the Founding Fathers, and insults the intelligence of all Americans. One of the amendment's chief intentions was to recognize that the people have the right to protect themselves against tyranny perpetrated by their own government. Giving government control of our guns is like having to ask King George if it's okay to revolt. Having guns, people, it's self-responsibility and self-defense. You know, the use of guns that violates rights should be dealt with harshly. But the mere possession of guns and the use of them to defend innocent life should be respected and praised. Otherwise, we Americans have no claim to the title of free people. Let's remember that. I'm going to say this one more time. The idea of the right to own guns, the idea that the right to own guns belong to an agency under the control of the government, mocks the Founding Fathers and insults the intelligence of all Americans. One of the amendment's chief intentions was to recognize that the people have a right to protect themselves against any tyranny perpetrated by their own government. Giving government control of guns is like having to ask King George if it's okay to revolt. Now, I've told you before, there's nothing in the Constitution anywhere in the enumerated powers that grants Congress the right or the authority to pass any firearm laws. It's outside the scope of the Constitution. They have no power. None. All these laws they pass are fake, pretend laws. You've got to get that through your head. Now, I'm sorry your stupid son of a bitch in Supreme Court isn't smart enough to realize that. But maybe they're all in the same pocket. And maybe it's time to remove them when we remove Congress. Thanks for listening.